help you, Mr. Rush?
I'm calling to speak with whoever's handling my case about to get information about my case. I don't know who are. I don't know if. I don't know how you can help me. Who are you?
I'm Miss Crib. How can I help you? Let me get your social.
You're Miss who?
Crib.
Miss Crib.
Yeah. Can I get your social security number?
You certainly can. It's 587-316485.
What's your date of birth?
October 4th, 1977.
Where were you born? What city?
Eupora, Mississippi.
What's your mother's first or last name before any marriages?
Rush.
The birthday?
Is that part of your security question?
It is. I have
But it's Elaine Rush. Go right ahead.
And what's your mailing address?
6912 Mount Vernon Road, Eupora, Mississippi, 39744. Also where I can be rescued from being taken hostage by the Starkville Social Security Administration.
And how can I help you?
I would like to ask questions about what's in my record as are allowed pursuant to Title 5 USC 552A subsections D and subsections I. Can you tell me who the caseworker is?
You don't per se have a caseworker. That's why I was just saying, what's your question? I can help you.
Who are you again? And what?
I told you, Miss Crib.
Miss Crib.
Okay, how can I help you?
I'm asking if you'll allow me, who are you in relation to the information that's in my case file?
I'm a claims worker.
Thank you.
That's what I am.
Thank you.
How can I help you?
If you'll allow me, my questions are written and I'm about to ask them. On November the 25th, 2022, an appeal was filed on my Social Security account online service. I've called to request the status of that appeal after I have filed criminal charges against Miss Crawley for neglecting to send me notice regarding a fax that I sent to her explaining the errors that were in my record. So I'm calling for one to find out what is the status of the appeal that was filed November the 25th, 2022. That's one of my questions.
Let me see, Mr. Rush. I'm not that familiar with.
I know that, but the only thing that matters to me is the answer to my question, not your difficulty doing the job. If you could tell me the answer to my question instead of telling me how difficult it is to do your job. for clarity, that call was sent to Miss Crawley on February the 28th. She's on mute right now, so if she can hear me, it's because she's committing a crime. But that fax was sent that fax was sent to Miss Crawley on February the 28th, advising her that if she did not do her job, I would file criminal charges against her. It's now March the 22nd, and I've already informed them that I filed the criminal charges, and they only had 10 days to respond then. But again, it's March the 22nd, and she just tapping because she know Miss Crawley is in a line to go to jail like they did with all my brothers and all his friends. Am I retaliating? No, I'm getting equal justice. Why am I getting equal justice? Because it's my fucking job. I get paid to do it. And I get an extra fucking bonus when it's actually benefiting the family that got their fucking hand in my pocket. Thanks.
Mr. Roach, I was looking up some information on your case. From what I could tell, I think, and I had heard someone else mention something in the office, it was a favorable, reversal. But I'm looking at the payment center where everything goes. And they haven't processed it yet. They're still working on a lot of it. So that's all I can see right now. I was checking to see if any letters had been sent to you, because when they finish, they'll send you a letter. And I didn't see anything in there yet, but I do see a lot of stuff going on at the payment center. And that's all I can tell right now. So they haven't processed it.
So there are actions being taken at the Social Security Administration without informing me.
Without what? I'm sorry?
Informing me, the beneficiary you're discussing that gave you all the private information for the intranet.
I mean, that's part of the Social Security. When you file the appeal, that's what you did. And so
I'm saying about notifying me, like all that they're doing. When I file the appeal and they start doing things, is it the Privacy Act a requirement for the Social Security Administration to inform me of everything that they do?
That is correct, but that's what I'm saying. They haven't finished it yet, and when they do, they will inform you.
When did they start it? When did they start it? Because my appeal, as I stated, was you're saying that
you keep talking over.
Go right ahead. Answer my question.
Okay, that's why I was so quiet. Let me
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm looking at your record.
Uh-huh.
As far as I can see,
uh-huh.
They have been working on things for at least, I could say maybe 4 months.
All right. Under the Privacy Act, that's the answer to my question, so that we're clear. Under the Privacy Act, on November the 25th, when I filed action that required the Social Security Administration to do what you're saying that they're now doing over at the payment center, doesn't that also require that the social, no matter what form that they receive the notification in, whether it be an appeal, whether I call the office, whether I just happen to bump into a Social Security Administration employee in the grocery store and officially give them the facts that I gave them to instruct them to perform things at the payment center, aren't they required within 10 days to send me notification of any of those actions under the Privacy Act? All right, that's the end of my question. That's the end of my question. It's only you said no, they are not required to comply with the Privacy Act. End of my question, next question. And what was your name again? That's saying that on behalf of the Social Security Administration.
I'm not gonna tell you my name. I told you 4 times.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. If you refuse to repeat your that's why people don't want to talk to me. That's why people don't want to talk to me. Tell me more about why people don't want to talk to me.
You won't let us explain anything.
Uh-huh.
Everything is against
Right. The fact that I don't have a notice that the law says to me, when I read it, it says that the notice is supposed to be here within 10 days. When I say you say that the law doesn't say that, all I did was move on to the next thing. You said the law don't say that. The Privacy Act does not say that the Social Security Administration has 10 days to send me a notice. You attempted to go on to say that something that the Social Security Administration has advised you that you have this open-ended time that allows you up to at least 3 months because it was sent in the form of an appeal. Regardless, I stated under the Privacy Act, I understand it to be 10 days. So that's an issue for court. We can move on to the next question is what is the status of my request for records? And that's why, and again, that's why you don't like talking to me, because I believe you're committing a crime when you say the government doesn't have to do the law that the government wrote. When you say that, that's why you don't like talking to me, because when I tell you what I see in the law is calling you a criminal, you don't like that. That's your problem. But the next question is, what is the status of my request for records? I sent a fax to the Social Security Administration on the 17th of February requesting an emergency interview with a third party. I also sent a fax on the 22nd of February requesting an entire copy of my paper record and the claims folder forwarded. And on the 28th of February, I sent a fax about the email, the notice that I got saying that my Medicare premiums had been deducted, reducing my payments by $400 a month. I did get that notice that explained somebody was going to take $400 a month, but I did not get a notice within 10 days as required, telling me where those $400 were coming from. So I again ask you, what is the status of my request for records so I can actually verify that's what the information that's being put into my records is what what I have instructed be put into my records? No, you don't like talking to me, because the charge carries up to 5 years for every time you say that the government is not required to send me a notice in 10 days when I tell you to correct my records. Every time you say that, it costs you 5 years in prison and $5,000 in fines. Every time you say it. So no, you don't like talking to me, because when it costing me that kind of money and it's costing this country that kind of money, I am going to report it. You've been borrowing from the general fund since 2011 and just sitting in there getting a check and don't even know what the general fund is. And then when somebody do know come in there and try to tell you something and try to help you, you get smart on the phone and tell them who they is. But you can't tell me it's taking you forever to tell me what happened to this fax that I sent to you requesting the status of my records. And you know you got to respond to that in 10 days. And this says February 21st is when you got the fax sent to Ms. Crawley. That means 30 days later, you have committed a crime. With my property in Mississippi. And there you have it, family. You can't get around that. Now, I can lie about this. We can certainly do appeals however long we want to, no matter what them bitches tell us to do. But what about me asking you to see my motherfucking records? Now you silent like a motherfucker. She on mute now. She can't hear me. I got one more question after that.
What's your question, Mr. Rush?
Because of my disabling condition, I have requested in writing, in fact, that you only handle one issue at a time. And I'm still waiting for you to tell me what the status is of my request for a copy of my entire record that was sent with SSA form 3288 on February the 21st, 2023.
Now, with that, I can't see it. I don't know what that request was. Did
Who
you mail
can?
it in, or how did you
Who
do the
can?
request?
I sent a fax to Miss Crawley at 833-902-2704. I showed that it was received at that fax number at 2 on February the 21st, 2023. So who can answer that question?
Well, I'll still maybe Miss Crawley, because I don't.
Well,
see
can
it.
you find out? Can you find? Remember, I'm asking about property that was faxed to that office that I show should have received a response within 10 days, and it's now March the 22nd. So can you find out where it is? And then we can move on to the next question.
Everything.
Record received at 6:21.
Again, when did you fax it? What day?
February the 21st, 2023, and I show that it was received at 6:21 GMT, whatever that is, but I'm pretty sure that just means it was here around 4 o'clock.
Well, to be honest, there's so much stuff that's been.
I understand, ma'am. But I'm only requesting about this fax. Can you find out about that fax?
I'm looking, Mr.
Thank
Rush,
you.
but I'm sure
Thank
there's
you.
so much stuff
Thank
that's
you.
been
Thank
taking a
you.
while.
Let me know. Let me know. I'll be waiting. That's for all you intranet fans. That's in Denise's voice. That February 21st, 2023. In Denise's voice, this is trying to coax about the stuffiness that's in my nose from the black mold. I didn't hear you.
Yes, 3288. Consent for release of information is in there. We have it.
I didn't ask that question, ma'am. I didn't ask if you had it. I asked what's the status of it.
All I can say is I'm not working it. I see it. It's in there.
I understand that, ma'am. My question is not to you. I'm not. But who's interrupting who now? Who's interrupting who now? Go ahead.
Somebody may be working it. I see it. That's my response.
All right. I'm not asking you, ma'am. I'm asking the Social Security Administration for the.
No one has responded. I sent out a memo. Is anyone doing this? No one responded back. That's all I can do.
Now the voice goes to Barbara. Now we can discuss Barbara if you want to. Believe me. So are you refusing to give me any further information on the request for record status that was sent on February 21st, 2023?
I just told you. I see your response. I'm not saying nothing has been done.
I'm not asking you that, ma'am. I'm asking for the status. I'm not asking if someone has it.
My status is in there. I don't see where anything has been done. I see you requested it. That's your status.
Okay. So you're refusing to provide me any further information regarding the status.
That's the status I just gave you.
I'm asking a question. Are you refusing to
That was my answer.
Okay. Are you refusing to answer the question that I just asked you? Because I have another question when you're done being denied, creating deniability. I'm still focused on the question that allows me 10 days for a response to my request for records under the Social Security Administration obligation to comply with the Privacy Act. And you just confirmed that someone at your office actually has had documents since February the 21st and has knowingly violated the 10-day requirement to send me a notice saying at least I have it. But now you're on the phone telling me on behalf of the whole Social Security Administration, you can't tell me nothing else, which means you are now refusing to send me a notice. So I am now getting to the point of where I get a notice that says what you said, that you have a fax in your office sent from me on that day and what you're doing with it, because it's my property.